Here's an exclusive bonus video. Hello, I was thinking, while I was doing these editing, I should add team logos for everyone for the videos. So, here are each team's team logo presented by Gemini. Alright, first we have Allen's Watching Sins. I kind of had in mind maybe if Josh Allen was watching the TV with Haley Steinfeld on the couch and he's looking kind of nervous. And that's exactly how I described it, and that's exactly how Gemini made it for me. Obviously didn't want to show anything on the TV because Gemini probably wouldn't allow that. And I didn't really know how to go about that, so I felt like this would kind of be the best idea for that. Next we have Bonnie Blue 42, and I thought to myself, I don't know how I'm going to do this. Let me Google who Bonnie Blue is, if that's a real person. Well, what do you know? It's the one who got popular on social media because she was active with many dudes on one day. And she has the public record for that. So yeah. I figured maybe just throw in a football jersey, have some guys behind her ooh and awing, and voila! That's how I described it, and that's what they did for me. Next we have my team, Bottles of Chardonnay. Unfortunately, they kept putting Chardonnay instead of Charbonnet on there, but at least they put Zach Charbonnet at the top there, so it's good. Also, I had to tell them to put Friendleegue on all the pictures. Didn't start realizing to do that until after the third one, so really not a big deal. But yeah, I thought this turned out really, really cool. I was kind of thinking maybe Zach Charbonnet's face on it, but I just said Zach Charbonnet and a wine bottle, basically, for fantasy football. And this is what they created, so pretty nice. You guys really tried to make this hard on me and AI's guidelines. Here we have CDs, TDs. So I'm I'm not going to do it in the way that people were thinking. I figured, maybe CD Lamb, riding the Lamb in the end zone for a touchdown. He's not quite in the end zone, but a nice addition. They put the 88 on the Lamb, so that was pretty cool. I just had them add some dreadlocks to him. And yeah, I thought this turned out really fun and really cool too. Little Miss Sally Walker. This was a little bit of a tough one too, but I was like, well, maybe I could just do a football card of Kenneth Walker III, and then maybe he's just holding a purse and running with it. And that's exactly what they did. This is Kendra's team, Little Miss Sally Walker. And here's Ryan's team. You guys made this hard on me. Mike Roballs. Now, couldn't really do how everyone wanted, or not saying people wanted that, but kind of had to think, outside the box there. So I was like, maybe some football players holding some smaller footballs. So that one, pretty easy to construct, but not how people intended. I'm in another league with Ryan, and his team name, it's funny that this team name doesn't have anything to do with any of his players, and neither does his other team name in another league. That team's name is in all caps, Boobzilla. One word, Boobzilla. Now, I wonder what AI could cook up for that. It would definitely go against the guidelines, but, we could just all use our own imagination for that one. Here's Randy's team, Never Gonna Gibbs You Up. I didn't really have any guideline, or I didn't really have any much description for this one. I said, let's just see what AI can do. Just let them know that it was Jahmyr Gibbs, and, that's keeping with the theme for fantasy football. And this is what they did, so I think it's pretty funny. I think it's pretty cool. On the hunt to victory, Travis Hunter. I figured maybe I could just have Travis Hunter some hunting gear, and maybe he's hunting for a Super Bowl, have the Super Bowl in the background. I'm not really in love with this one too much, but I was like, well, I'll let it slide, and maybe I can figure out a different description, and maybe they can generate a better image. But I still like it, I still like it, but I don't know. Could be a little bit better, I guess. Sake and Bake. This is Trey's team. I was thinking maybe of doing a little restaurant, maybe for Saquon Barkley and Baker Mayfield, like a bakery. But I was like, nah, I gotta keep it with Talladega Nights because I know that's what Trey was going for. I had them generate this image 5 times. They had Saquon. They had Saquon's outfit. I wanted it to be Little Caesars, and they kept on messing that up. And then I tried to make Saquon a little bit lighter, you know. But but then they like made him like white, and I was like, okay, like no. So I was like, just make him back to the way he was. But they could not fix his hand, so his hand is white. Like I tried 4 times, like literally maybe it was 3 times, so 3 or 4 times to make Saquon's hand back to being black. But like they just could not fix it. They fixed everything else, but they could not fix that. Also with Baker Mayfield, they had him with some like they had him with no facial hair, so I told him to add like a little bit of facial hair. So I don't know. This one was a little bit tougher. There was a lot of attention to detail in there. Also, in the very first image, they had Dunder Mifflin on there. That's a foreshadow to Tanner's team. So I had them put Wonder Bread and the Little Caesars. So this was the toughest assignment for AI, but I think they still overall, after about like 5 attempts, they did well. Good old Scranton Stranglers, the longest running team name in the league's history. At first they generated it as Dwight, and I told them to change it to Toby, but it still looks like Dwight underneath the face mask. They had a beat on his helmet, so I changed it to Temple's logo because I saw that's where Toby went to school. And I put a camera too on there. It was a stapler, and then the other icon was a jello where the Costa Rica flag is. But I figured the camera was good because he wanted to picture a pan before we went to Costa Rica. And then, I mean, we don't really know too much about Toby Flanderson, so I just kind of added those 3 things to kind of, override what they had as Dwight. I can't believe I think Dwight was the Scranton Strangler. It was Toby. Here we have Jesse's team. Take Goff your Jeanties. I had no idea what direction to go in this. So I was like, well, maybe AI can make Jared Goff wearing jeans and like a cartoon and have Ashton Jeanty's face on the jeans. And that's not really how I envision it, but I was like, all right, we'll just roll what they have here. And last but not least, the summer I turned purdy. Based off the TV show, I told them, I said, just put Brock Purdy in like the TV show cover, or like, whatever, like pictures like for the TV show. Well, I looked it up just to make sure, and it was like 2 guys like beside the girl, like looking like they're about to go in for a peck on the cheek, and I was like, well, maybe just get rid of the guys and just leave Purdy on there. So I didn't really see a beach theme for that TV show or book. So I don't know if there is like a beach theme like cover picture, but I thought it turned out pretty cool. Purdy. Cool. If you guys like that, be sure to go to the subscribe button and subscribe to all my videos. But no, actually, if you guys want the pictures, just text me, let me know. I'll text them to you. Or if you want to like create your own AI picture or your own, you can tell AI, I can do better than this, So, yeah, just let me know. And let me know.